So, hi everybody and welcome back. This is a C++ beginner tools for absolute starters, and this video is number 7, I think. And in this video we are talking about the starting screen again, because I missed something and it is important for starters, so I have to talk about that. And what is that? What I missed is I show you here on an online IDE. For example, this was all time what I used, but this one looks similar to our one. But here I opened another online IDE, and the starting screen looks not like our one. But we realized many things, I hope, so far. For example, we know this one, we know this one, but we don't know this one. And yes, we know this one, this one almost, but here is something strange, here is something missing, and we don't know this one. And this is what we are going to talk about. But before we talk, let's make a fast exercise, right? Because we should train. I said in this tutorial series, train is very important, but I will not write all time here again to waste your time. So what you have to do is, first of all, watch fast this code again, but not too much, because you should know many things about that, because we have not talked. I said you should memorize many things of them, and we will talk later when the section comes to talk about this. So what we do is we cut this out, and your task is in this exercise very simple. Write all again. We did it in the last video, and I said in the last video you should explain what you do, but we learned comments. Now comment your step now what you do. So use the comments to comment your steps. And the next thing is write the 2 use cases of the comments. It's not difficult. So what you have to do is just write the code what you saw before again, but with comments and the order. So what you do first, and then comment this out, and what you do second, and so on, and explain the 2 functionalities which we talked a little bit about the comments. That's it. You can pause now here the video and do this. I continue, of course, not to waste time. So I hope you are finished now and made 0 mistakes or made many mistakes. Both are very good, because both are perfect. So let's start here. I bring back this one, and in this case I said I will not write the old things again, but let's write some things again. So first of all, I said you should comment your old steps, how you can comment. And I hope you remember we have 2 versions. One, it was this /. Okay, let's make here a fast example. Start point. I write strange. I make not a perfect comment to be a little bit faster. This is the start point. Okay, start point. And yeah, I write my code. And then again, here I write my code. Oops, not code. And then I enter, and I make again this comment and write here I need let's write this also big. And then I write here I need a library. Yeah, I need a library. And what I forget is here first, and then I write here my second, perhaps second. Here I write my code. I need a library. Okay. And here on top, then I write my library. Third, I need this. I need this for my std : c out, and so on. And that's more it. That could be. And you see this demonstration what I made here is really bad. And I said you should fast explain what you the functionality of the comment. So the one functionality is it should help Yes, it should help the programmer. The compiler, the program will kick these comments anyway out. It don't cares about it, but we care about it, and it should help us. First question, does this comment help us? No. It was just for the task, perhaps. You can keep it, but in general, when you see this kind of comments, they are not really help us. You see, I wrote almost more comments than code here. It's not readable, so we kick it out. What we do, if it's not helping us, we kick all the comments out. But I hope you did it still. So I'm back to my starting point almost. And then the next thing is, what functionality do we have also with comments? I said a comment can of course use to be deactivate code. That's very handy. How we deactivate and activate code? If we use the one-line comment, which we learned. So what kind of comments we have? We have here the the one-line comment with a // or the multiple line comment, which will start with a /*, ends with a *// and then we can here write multiple lines. And how we are going to deactivate this one and activate one was very easy. We just go in front, for example, a code line and make a double this // and then we see with the green color it is commented out. Perfect. And you can even deactivate this one, but then we get already errors, and so makes no sense. So this is the way how we can make one line comment deactivating and activating. And if we want to make multiple lines, then we can use this second multiple line comment. We start with /*, and this one we just move cut out at the end and paste it. This would be working too. But this one is a lot of work. There is a shortcut in Visual Studio. What we are going to do, so we save that, and what we are doing is just we mark all to make it faster. And instead of using, I don't know, there are for both comments a shortcut. You can find it in your IDE. And I know only the one here, which is Ctrl+C, which means I comment this all. But this one is not the right one. There is a better one. But anyway, it works. We just comment this, and now all the code here is deactivated more or less. And when I selected all and I press Ctrl+K and U for uncommenting, and it's back, and Ctrl+S for save, and this should work. So we learned it so far. This one I delayed too because this one is irritating. We learned this, I hope, and we continue. So, and don't forget, you can make many mistakes. That's very good. Why is that good? Because this is a part of a programmer, not to make mistakes, to solve the mistakes. So if you made many mistakes, just try to solve it. Just look what we did last time. Just look at what I have here now and solve it. In the end, what is really important is that you press this one and there is no mistakes, right? That's the key. So you can make many mistakes as a beginner. Normal, perfect. Just solve it also. And if you can solve it, doesn't matter how you solve it, from internet, here, from reading, or just copying that what I did here, all fine. This is nobody cares later how you solved it. They just care if this program is working. So let's go to the content what we wanted here today. And I said, yes, we are talking again about the starting screen. Oops, we're talking about again the starting screen, and the reason for that is this starting screen, what I present it here to you, is different what you will find online or in many other places. And the question is why? Why the hell? Why the hell I have here a starting screen? I opened here any other online IDE. We talked already what an online IDE is. And why the hell it looks like so? I hope you realized also when you watch this one that you can know now this line of code. You know this line, not exactly, but you know why it's here. And you know, this is the start point, at least this here. But then we have some problems, right? We don't know this line of code. We don't know this line of code, but this one we almost know till the starting point. It's a little bit strange, right? When we compare this to the code what I have here, there is no std colon, right? Yeah, something like that. Okay, we have to talk about that. So first of all, let me say this. Let me start. Let's see where we start. Let's start with the easy part. The easy part is this return 0. And what is this? What is this return 0? So let me go to our program. And I said that this code, I mentioned it by the way, that this code, what you see here, is called a function. And we will talk about functions, right, in the future. And I make it short now. I try not to explain because we will talk this when we are at functions. Right now, you should just know this is a function. And there are two types of functions. One type of function is saying, do what you want, similar to this one almost, and I don't care what comes next. But then there is the second type of function who say, do what you want here in between the curly braces, but give me a feedback, and this feedback is called return 0. For example, careful, the 0 is not the important here. Important is here this return value, return word. Let's call it return word. Right? It's a very important word. This is connected to the function. So and the point here is why I have not included here and they have is this is a regular function call, what they represent here, what we will learn in coming sections. But the problem is this one, the first int main, I said it's the starting point of this programming language. The compiler will jump here and it's treated, it's treated not like a regular function. And that's the irritating part. So that's why you should just know here, later when we learn functions with a return value, you need to write this return. It will not work without. But in this case, for example, this looks similar like the function which we'll learn who say, give me a feedback or I will not work. But in this case, it works. So this return value is, that's why not very important. So it works without this one. But when we learn about functions, the real case in our programming language, then we need this return value if it's the function who accept a feedback. So let me demonstrate this here too. So they have here a return value, right? What happens if I delete let's comment this out. We learned how we can deactivate this code, right? I make just this double slashes. Yeah, that we learned last video. And now and let's check, oops, this was also a very interesting thing. That I come soon. And let's check if this is working with this. So I press here to run. Oh, it is working. So there is no error. Even I deactivated this line of code, which is normally necessarily needed for a function of this type. But it works. And that's the reason for that is this is a special case. It's the start point, the compiler already integrated behind the scenes. They know it and how it works in detail. I can't explain it here anyway, but you just have to remember this is just a start point and this works a little bit different. So you will see a lot of them to write this one, but actually we don't need them. And here in Visual Studio we had it not even at start, and here in this function we have no return value at start, but some and many other online resources will perhaps use this one. I hope this is a little bit clear, but later when we talk about functions, you will see this will be absolutely clear. Let me give you here fastest example what I wanted to show you as well when I can. Okay, what I wanted to show you is, I said this one looks like a function, right? And later we will write exactly almost similar things like here, and I do it now right now below that. So I write again this int, okay. I write not now a main, because this main means here just a start point. I write my telephone number, okay, my telephone number, and then I need again this braces here, and then I go down, okay, and then the curly braces, which is my start point, very good, and I need my end curly braces for my end point, and between that we are writing this code again. So as you see, it looks almost similar. The only thing what I changed is the function name. All right, and in between I write now this one as well, but this time I write this one. Let's see if it works. std, okay, colon, okay, cout, okay. Then we learned this one, right? Okay, and then quotation marks, and here I write, for example, my telephone number. This is just some numbers which I type in. Okay, okay, all fine. Then the semicolon which we learned, and you see, and the point here is this will be later a function who expects a feedback, and which means I need this return value, and this time it's not return 0. For example, he is asking what feedback you want. I say, give me my telephone number, which I have written here. So okay, 533, anything like that. Okay, this was not. So give, okay. Oh, miss. Come on, why are you doing that to me? All right, here I write the telephone number, and then again, all time we talk about this semicolon too soon, and then it looks almost similar, just this value is different because the feedback is give me the telephone number back. Okay, now let's run this. I run this, and interesting, this works, but there is no output. That's why we don't talk about functions now. This is one more reason not to talk about functions now, because we will have first understand functions and then how to call functions. But important here is there is no error. This is the message which you should understand. There is no error. But in this case, I commented this out, right? It was a demonstration. I commented this out. And if I run, here is no error too. Perfect. Sounds really good. This one is the same, almost the same function which we learn later. But the problem is here, if I comment this return value out and run, this one happens. It says main CPP. Yes, this is a main CPP anywhere. In function, int my telephone number. And it says in function, you see, we will learn about functions, and this one is a function, okay. Here it says warning, no return statement, and you see this one, what I uncommented here, commented here, is needed, but here, even it looks similar, it's not needed. In later, this one is the thing what we learn, not this one. This one is a special case. It's just the starting point. So it sounds all very complicated. In the end, it's just think about it. They use it at the start point. Later, you have to. And if I bring back all to the start point, we are here again. Cool. I hope that makes a little bit sense, because we have to talk about one more thing, which is irritating. And this is again something a little bit, yeah, let's start it. Let's see. So we have here the line st using namespace yesterday. We don't talk about this right now. We will talk when we talk about namespace or about this using keyword, and this one is just a name and so on. And this one is connected again with our cout. We have it std. In my case, I have here something like std : they have it not. And the next thing you realize, it is again on top of our main function, right? I said here is the start point, but they write it over it again. That's also interesting. So the only thing what you should know right now is this is made for convenience. When we discuss it later, what exactly this is, and so then you can use it if you want. But this one is just made for convenience. They add this line of code to avoid this std. So I can write here std in their code, : as well, and run it, and it will work because this one is the right way to do it. And but they don't want to write all time this this : and then this class. Normally there in front of the : there is a class, and this is called a class resolver. I think it's : and they want to avoid that, and we are not doing this. Very important, we will not using this style of coding, but you will see it a lot of in the internet. They are using std and then start with this. No, we are not using, we are using this style. We write exactly all out. We use all time this : and why the hell we are making this more complicated than it is? That's the point here is the point here is this convenient thing works only if you have, for example, one file. We have here one file, and then say instead of all time use typing here std cout, or there are perhaps other classes included in this namespace. Instead of typing all time this : the class in before, I have no need for that. I'm too lazy or whatever. But in general, this is a very bad thing. Why is this bad? Why the hell we are not going to use that? The answer is there are many answers. There are complicated answers, easy answers, and so on. But in our case, first of all, you should get used to this one. It sounds very strange. What? I should get used to that one? That is the answer? No. There is something more important. Later, at the start of this video, I told you we will work later with header files. They are coming the same name as here, just with a .h, a file, and not only one CPP file. Perhaps there are many other CPP files. And actually, this, what you see here in front, is the class. You don't know what a class now is. Let's say it's another CPP file, right? Like here, this what you see here in front is another CPP file, and this : say I look in this other CPP file to find this name what you write here in front. So we will talk this later, but in this means for us it is more a helper information, and this will help us later to find the file easier. And this one is also finding for the program the file easier. That's why we should get at start used it, but there are more complex meanings behind this. For example, there are issues sometimes they will mention, but I hope, here one more note, I hope you have a C++ online documentation, perhaps C++ book, where all this kind of stuff goes a little bit more in detail and explain it a little bit more in dev. Perhaps you understand it not at start because they are using technical words, but keep this in mind that you should start also with a good online documentation, but I mean a real C++ book for a little bit more in depth and the variations, but perhaps you still understand not at start. But anyway, we will get used to it. We have nothing covered so far, not much at least. So that said, so what we are doing is just, let's recap this fast. There are two ways. We are going to use all time this colons, and we will write here our class name in front. But in general, you will see they use something like using namespaces today, and they skip here in front all time the class name. That's not good. But you will see it a lot, and you will see also the start page here. They include this return, but I demonstrated you this one is here more cosmetic than it has a use case, at least in this case, because behind the scene they already solved this another way. But in future, when we write a program, a function, then it is necessarily needed a return statement if it's a function who expects a feedback. There is another function who don't expect a feedback, but we talk this in the future. So I stop almost the video with the information for the next video, what you should know now. The only thing what you should know now is this point, why they use a return value at the start point and why we don't use it. That's the one point you should know, because you will see a lot of things. A lot of people use that still at the start point. Then you should know why they use here this colon. This is more important. This colon and a name here in front, because this one is std, but this can be anything else. And you should know that they to get rid of the front, they use this line using namespace std. But important is you should not know in detail exactly what is. So around fairly, when you know it around with a thumb rule what this means at start, it's okay, because later we will discuss every single word probably, and then we explain this, and then you understand this later anyway, why this is so and why it's not so, and so on. But at start, don't worry about this too much, but it's important that you see it, because at start you will see this perhaps a lot. And the last what I say is, we don't make this. We go this colon and then in front of the class or the namespace or whatever it's in front, we use this style, and you see it here, they use it too, that's better, and so on. Okay, I stop here this video. I know we learned nothing real new, but this is important, because don't get irritated. This one you will see in C++ probably a lot, they use it not, which is not good, but yeah. Okay, I stop here the video, and good luck. Bye.